In today's video, we will learn about the blood supply of the brain and venous drainage. Blood supply of the brain. The brain receives its blood supply from two major systems, the carotid system and the vertebro-basilar system. The two systems are shown in the diagram on the left. The carotid system or anterior circulation. Source: internal carotid arteries. Branches of internal carotid include anterior cerebral artery that supplies the medial and superior parts of the frontal and parietal lobes. It connects with the opposite anterior cerebral artery via the anterior communicating artery. The other branch of the internal carotid is middle cerebral artery, which supplies the lateral aspects of the frontal, parietal and temporal lobes, as well as the deep structures, that is the basal ganglia and internal capsule. The other system is vertebro-basilar system or posterior circulation. The source is vertebral arteries which unite to form the basilar artery. The basilar artery bifurcates into the posterior cerebral artery, which supplies the occipital lobe, the inferior temporal lobe and parts of the thalamus. Other branches of the basilar artery include pontine arteries, which supply the pons. Superior cerebellar artery supplies the superior cerebellum and midbrain. Anterior inferior cerebellar artery supplies the anterior cerebellum. The branches directly arise from the vertebral artery include right and left posterior inferior cerebellar artery that supply the posterior cerebellum and medulla. These diagrams illustrate the areas of the brain supplied by different arteries. The major systems are divided into an anterior circulation, that is the anterior cerebral artery and middle cerebral artery, marked by yellow and red respectively, whereas the posterior circulation by posterior cerebral artery is demarcated by blue color. Circle of Willis, formation and clinical importance. The circle of Willis is a vital arterial network located at the base of the brain, ensuring collateral circulation and continuous blood supply to the cerebral hemispheres. It is a polygonal arrangement of arteries that connects the anterior and posterior circulations of the brain. How it is formed. The circle of Willis is formed by contributions from both the internal carotid arteries and the vertebral arteries. The complete circle of Willis consists of two anterior cerebral arteries, one anterior communicating artery, two internal carotid arteries, two posterior communicating arteries, and two posterior cerebral arteries. Now come to the venous drainage of the brain. Venous drainage of the brain occurs through a network of veins and dural venous sinuses, eventually draining into the internal jugular veins. The veins are divided into two groups, the superficial and deep veins. Some of the major veins are shown in the diagram on the right. Superficial veins drain the cortex and subcortical white matter into the dural venous sinuses. Major veins include superior cerebral vein, drain into the superior sagittal sinus. Superficial middle cerebral vein drains the lateral aspect of the brain into the cavernous sinus. Inferior cerebral veins drain into the transverse and cavernous sinuses. Deep veins drain the deep structures of the brain into the great cerebral vein of Galen. These include thalamostriate vein, internal cerebral vein, basal vein of Rosenthal. Dural venous sinuses. The dural venous sinuses are endothelial lined spaces between the periosteal and meningeal layers of dura mater. They are responsible for collecting venous blood and cerebrospinal fluid from the brain. Key sinuses include superior sagittal sinus located along the midline in the falx cerebri. Inferior sagittal sinus runs along the inferior margin of the falx cerebri. Straight sinus connects the inferior sagittal sinus to the confluence of sinuses. Collects blood from the deep brain via the great cerebral vein of Galen and the inferior sagittal sinus. The upper diagram shows these sinuses, where the lower diagram shows the following venous sinuses. Transverse sinuses drain blood from the confluence of sinuses laterally. Sigmoid sinuses, continuations of the transverse sinuses that drain into the internal jugular veins. Occipital sinus runs along the midline of the occipital bone and drains into the confluence. Cavernous sinus located on either side of the sella turcica, draining via the superior and inferior petrosal sinuses. Now, what is the confluence of sinuses? The confluence of sinuses, also called the torcular hierophily, is a critical venous structure in the brain, where multiple dural venous sinuses converge to drain blood from the brain into the internal jugular veins. It is located at the internal occipital protuberance at the back of the skull. Anatomical connections. The confluence of sinuses receive blood from superior sagittal sinus, straight sinus, occipital sinus, and transverse sinuses. Functions of the confluence. It serves as a major collection point for venous blood from both superficial and deep brain structures. The blood from the confluence is redirected into the transverse sinuses, which ultimately continue as the sigmoid sinuses and drain into the internal jugular veins. Clinical significance. Collateral circulation. The circle of Willis allows blood redistribution in case of arterial occlusion, reducing the risk of ischemia. If one major artery is blocked, collateral pathways may compensate for the loss of blood supply. Aneurysms commonly occur at branching points. Rupture can lead to subarachnoid hemorrhage. Ischemic stroke can result from occlusion of arteries within the circle of Willis, affecting brain perfusion. Congenital anomalies. In some individuals, the circle of Willis is incomplete or asymmetrical, which may predispose them to cerebrovascular diseases. Venous sinus thrombosis. Clotting in the dural venous sinuses can cause increased intracranial pressure, cerebral edema, and brain damage. Surgical and diagnostic significance. Understanding its anatomy is crucial in neurosurgery, endovascular procedures, and imaging techniques such as CT angiography, MR angiography for detecting vascular abnormalities. The image shows cerebral angiography performed by injecting dye in the left vertebral artery with retrograde flow in the contralateral vertebral artery, the basilar artery, and the posterior communicating artery. The posterior cerebral circulation can be seen, including the posterior part of the circle of Willis. In the next part, we'll continue with the brain cortex and types of neurons. Stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Do like and share the video and subscribe the channel to learn more.